Shalom. Kol halalim la Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the teachers, the elders, the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone. Double honors to them. And sincere shalom, right, to our elders and prophets of Great Millstone, and double honors to them. And also shalom to the prophets of that body. Okay? And shalom to the 144,001 third. May peace and blessings be upon you and your households. All right. Um, I had a little bit of what was it today? The sixth of December, Saturday morning. You know, I was up early. You know how sometimes you get up early. You know, the Lord wakes you up. You know, you say a quick prayer. You know, before you do your proper prayers. I mean, you know, me personally, I like to pray all the time. You know, uh, I don't feel right until I praise Yahweh Hashem Yashai. You know, that's just me, and I'm sure a lot of brothers out there are like that. Okay. And I'm not being proud of nothing. I'm just saying, man, the Lord is worthy to be praised. And indeed, that is the case, right? And yeah, I was listening to one of my favorite teachers of the bishops, man, the elder bishops, and Elder Bishop Tiziah one. And, you know, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone again. Elder Bishop Tiziah one, the Benjaminite elder. He has a channel called GMS at the Job, or GMS at the Job too. Okay, I was listening to one of his lessons regarding sedition among men. Yeah, that was the title. Yeah, that was the title. And I thought, you know, it's early hours. I don't want to like BS around and watch some nonsense. And it's early hours, you know. I want to keep it tranquil. I want to keep it spiritual, you know. So I thought, let me just listen to a lesson. And Lord willing, you know, I can just close my eyes and while it's early hours and listen to the lesson, which is a blessing. All praise to Yahweh Bashem Yashar for that beautiful lesson. You know, I fell asleep and yeah, I fell asleep, and I don't know how I got into this dream or whatever it was, right? Okay, because you remember, like when I was a child, you know, I'd have nightmares and stuff like that, and I remember like maybe being 7, 8 years old and knocking my parents' bedroom door, saying, "Mom and Dad, can I come in and sleep in your bed? Because I've had a I've had a bad dream or whatever. I've had a nightmare." You know, then you go in there, you snuggle up next to your mom or your dad or whatever, right? And excuse me, and you know, as you grow in spiritually, right? Because everyone's got a portion, every hopeful elect member, right? Lord willing, you know, um, you become less fearful of these kinds of spirits because you got the name of Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Don't get it twisted. It is scary. It does shake you up, right? But it's not like where you got to, when it happens, you got to turn the light on and pace yourself back and forth until, or maybe leave the TV on to go to sleep because you're afraid. It's not like that. Or you got to close cupboard doors or whatever, you know, or close a certain door or cupboard door, whatever, or a wardrobe door in your bedroom, you know, just something, you know, the boogeyman might come out, right? It's not like that, you know. And you know, or if you're lying down and you've had like some kind of demonic attack, and you want to turn around and look behind who's lying next to you, you know, just because if you're lying in the bed alone, it's not like that, okay? Where you get scared, but nevertheless, I don't know how I got into it, you know, and I had this. I think it was a female, right? Or what looked like to be a female, right, in demonic form, and the bitch looked like this, right? But I think it was I think it was a woman of color, I believe. Okay, but nevertheless, it was a demonic attack. Could have been an Edomite woman, all right. Um, from memory, I think it was a woman of color, a brown woman. Anyway, but her eyes were like this, right? And bitch was like, the demon was like looking me face to face, head on, like our foreheads were connected, not connected, like our foreheads were like, you know, like bulls are about to attack, right? It was like that. And me personally, um, this has happened a couple of times here and there, right? And in this time round, you know, same sort of situation. Um, I had my forehead, you know, like like where there's one of the paraphrasing scripture, you know, they make their face hard, we make our face harder. It was like that, and I was like, you know, the face was coming near me, right? And I kept saying, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And then obviously the demon tried to close my mouth, and I was still pushing. I could feel myself pushing, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you know, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And then I was like saying, like, spiritually saying, fuck you, you know what I mean? I was saying, come on, you know what I mean? I was like pushing them like a bull or a lion or two, like would bump their head against you, trying to headbutt them, say, come on, you know what I mean? I was saying, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Then my mouth started opening more, saying, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, right? And from memory, the demon didn't look scared or whatever, but they were sort of like backing off. But then I woke up. And then after that, I praise Yahweh Bashem Yashai. I just fell back asleep again. I didn't have to look around. I didn't have to put the light on, because we know spiritually, the Lord is like ticking those spiritual boxes in your mind, giving you that comfort of the name. It's like a spiritual glow that nobody else can see, but you can feel it around you after you pray. You can feel it around you and praise Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Right? So then I woke up, praise Yahweh Bashem Yashai, and fell back asleep again. Carried on with the lesson. Well, I think I listened to another lesson after that. And I think because it was early hours here, about 3, 4 in the morning, and I believe the brothers in San Fran Bay Area, another one of my favorite camps, right? The brothers up there, the Gadite brother and the other elders there, and I think that's Elder Kanak's camp as well, yeah, where he's from. Beautiful bunch of brothers there, man. Beautiful teachers, man. The men of the Lord. I believe I was listening to them, or I was about to listen to them, but the lesson was 1 hour in, so I didn't really listen to it, because I said to myself, I'm going to listen to this lesson from the start to the end instead of just listening to it partially, because there's always a message, right? Then I fell back asleep. But it goes to show you how powerful the name is. Okay? Very powerful. All right? Now, I'm going to go to some scriptures now. Okay? So, okay? And we can feel the angels around us. And I've had other dreams as well, like beautiful ones, man. And I've talked about them before, but I'm not going to touch on them right now. Otherwise, I'll get my I always start digressing too much. All right? But nevertheless, the demon looked like that, but it was more fiercer looking. The eyes were more, the look was kind of similar. Like a smug, like a got you kind of thing, or I want to get you kind of look. Like how they show in movies. It wasn't like, I want to get you. It was like, kind of a smug look. Say, are you afraid of me? Right? Motherfucker had like glowing eyes. Right? In a demonic sense, of course. Not angelic, demonic sense. All right? Let's go to some scriptures now. I think I'm going to go to Acts 4 and got some scriptures lined up. Lord willing, I'm still learning though. I'm still learning. All right. Okay. I'm not a ninja scripturally yet. Lord willing, I'll get there someday. But Lord willing, that someday will be, when we get that change, because we don't want to be here too long. So I'm not even going to even say that out of my mouth. Oh, a couple of years. I don't want to be here a couple more years. Hell no. Lord willing, this kingdom falls yesterday. But anyway, that's the urgency. You want to get up out of here so much. Lord willing. Acts 4 and 7. And when they had set them in the midst, they asked, by what power or by what name have you done this? Right? And I believe it's is it Apostle Peter? Right? 1 second, man. I'm still learning, man, because I don't know. I know the basics, but like there's so much to the Bible. Sometimes you don't know, especially being an Israelite foreigner, you didn't grow up in so-called Christianity, so you won't know, which certain people are, right? But I believe, though, man. I just want to be, just, correct, because like I'm getting up in age as well, and like, or yeah, Apostle Peter, yeah, Apostle Peter. All right, I just had to check on my phone, make sure it's right, Lord willing, because getting up in age, and you forget sometimes things that you did an hour ago. You so pumpy some bullshit in the air, of course. Right. Apostle Peter. All right. Let's go to, because there was a miracle that occurred, right, regarding an impotent man. Something was wrong with him. And Let's go to here. This is God Acts 4 and 7. And when they had set them in the midst, they asked, by what power or by what name have ye done this? Then Peter, verse 8, then Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit, said unto them, ye rulers of the people and elders of Israel. Verse 9, if we this day be examined of the good deed done to the impotent man, by what means he is made whole. So basically there was something wrong with some Jake, all right? And Yahweh Hashem Yashai, made that man whole, right? As Apostle Peter is saying, be it known unto you all and to all the people of Israel that by the name of Yahushua Hamashiach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom the Most High raised from the dead, even by him doth this man stand here before you whole. Okay, they asked about the name. Obviously, it says that Jesus Christ nonsense, but that's not the name. Okay, the name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh is the Most High's name, and his son Yahweh Shai, who is redeeming the elect, who was sacrificed on the cross to bring back the elect nation of Israel that sinned. All right, he was a sacrificial lamb. All right, not for the whole damn world, only for the elect of Israel. All right, who are on the planet today, and some in the spiritual realm, waiting to be raised on the last day, which is very soon, Lord willing. We're at the tail end of this fagged out kingdom. All right. Okay, let's go to get rid of this page here. Acts 4 and 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Okay? Yahweh Bashem Yashai, the Most High, and the prophets and the apostles and the prophets and the holy men in the scriptures always talk about being sanctified, holy, separate, severed. Okay? The name ain't no fucking Jeebus Christ or Jesus Christ. Okay? That ain't the name. I hate to say the damn name, but I'm letting it be known. That's not the name. All right? Your Jesus is a so-called white man, okay, who they show pictures of, right? Pictures of wearing a 90, right? A woman, like some kind of, homosexual garment, smoking a spliff on like a caricature on a T-shirt, all right? Everybody says it. Amalekites say it. Muslims say it. Hindus say it. Elamites say it. Moabites say it that grew up in the West. Oh, geez. Oh, Jesus. Oh, geez. When they fuck up. Okay, that name, that's not sanctification. That's not holy. Everybody runs that name. They moonwalk on that name. They moonwalk them, in the mud. That's not the name. Okay, the name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And if you can put two and two together, all right, most of you are retired. Hence the reason why they come against the camps that push the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, which camps are out there pushing that Jeebus or Jesus shit? Huh? RUIC, they're millionaires, right? They stand in formation like an army. They're buying land. They've got millions of subscribers or whatever. They've got loads of subscribers, right? They get money coming out, out there wazoo, right? They got numbers. They march all over the damn planet, right? And they get the push. None of their channels get deleted. They don't get demonized or whatever, okay? Because they got money behind them. They got Esau behind them. They got the bag behind them, right? GOCC, they don't push the real name. Okay? All the camps that don't push the name, right, they get the push. And even if certain camps do put, the camps that don't push the real name, they're usually okay. And they're not really involved in so much controversy. They don't really rebuke people, okay? All right? But the individuals, the men of the Lord that push the name heavy, okay, that push the truth heavy, that have 100% truth, they get demonized, they get ridiculed, they get made fun of, their garments get made fun of, okay? People hate them, people dislike them, okay? Esau comes after them, Esau taps their phones, Esau's recording them, Esau has their pictures on their damn wall inside police stations or these kind of ABCD type offices. When I'm saying ABCD, I'm talking about CIA, MIA, whatever. Not MIA, MI6, right? All these kinds of these so-called groups that do investigations, you know, because these Edomites, these heathens are expecting that spiritual power to come, man. And that spiritual power is only going to come with one name. It's a password. It's a password. You're trying to get into your computer to do your whatever it be, to go into Twitter, internet banking, right? Whatever it be, sign into your email account. Can you just sign in with any name, or is it a specific name? Okay, that fits like a jigsaw puzzle with the how you've arranged it. The same with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. Okay, the name is unique. That's why they show the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai in the Paleo Hebrew in movies and shows. It goes over people's heads. All right. So Acts 4:12. Neither is there salvation neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. All right. And the Bible wasn't in script in English. All right. There's Greek, then there's Hebrew, right? And you think back in the ancient world when the Yahweh walked the earth, they were calling, hey Jeebus, hey Jeebus. You know? No. His real name, Yahweh. Okay? And it was a Hebrew being spoken, man. All right? People always believe in Esau's magic tricks, man. These movies with these fagged out Edomite so-called white people actors with British accents. Huh? I was watching, what's that movie last night, man? What's it called again? With the Brad Pitt, man. Ways a Warrior in Ancient Greece, man. Forgot the damn name. Yeah. You know, they show Edomites with braids and all that kind of thing. Those are so-called black men. You know, Esau just trying to be every. People actually believe Hollywood, man, that the white man ruled everywhere. See, I'm starting to digress now. But it wasn't them. They are nothing. They are nobody people. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 54. Okay, let's get that back. Let's get back to the point, man. I always start digressing. Selective for that. So our name, man, is very powerful. James 2:19. Thou believest that there is one power. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. Okay? It's like Satan, you know? The Most High, asked Satan, right? Paraphrasing scripture, right? Without, where you going? Basically, I'm saying in regular English, right? And Satan said he's going up and down, right? Because all these demons and Satan and all that, they report to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, man. Okay? They report to the Most High. They're his staff on the left-hand side. Then he's got his staff on the right-hand side. If I'm saying it, I'm just saying in regular English so you understand. His, his angels, right? That are around the elect. There's angels assigned, okay? All right, like you have a department or a project that you're over if you have a certain job or whatever, right? If you work on a construction site, you might take the bricks or the concrete or whatever. Like each angel has, I believe, probably either each angel per person or maybe an angel has like a pod. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking out loud, right? It might take 4 or 5 people. I don't know. But there's angels assigned to each individual, all right? And we see them, all right? But then there's also demons as well that fuck around with you, and you can feel that too, all right? They're there to do a job, to test, all right? To chuck traps and snares demons might chuck in front of you. And you've got to overcome that. That's a test as well. We're not meant to be comfortable here, all right? So I presume to Isaiah 45 verse 7, the Lord takes care of the right-hand side and the left-hand side, okay? Because the Lord he makes peace and evil, okay? So these demons, devils, Satan, whatever you want to call them, these demonic entities, all answer to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all right? Okay? So let's just say this way, okay? Each Jake or each elect member, whoever they are across the 4 corners of the earth, has an angel assigned to them, all right? Or angels assigned to them, all right? And I know you hopeful elect members see them. You see them, man, even during the day. I know you do, okay? I know you do, all right? Stop playing, okay? Because I've heard A lot of brothers mention it, man. Anyway, James 2:19 again, thou believest that there is one power, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. All right? The devils also believe and tremble, man. They tremble, man. Hence the reason when the name was used, what happened? My mouth opened up more and more and more because I kept saying it, right? And then I started murmuring, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And then at the same time, I was like bumping my head against a demon, trying to, come on, I was saying, fuck you, come on, saying Yahweh Shem Yahshua. I was getting pissed off, I said, come on then, let's go. Because even in a fight situation, somebody comes in your vicinity, not that we're going to be violent, only in self-preservation, of course. Okay? We're not like Jake don't want to be violent like that for no damn reason. Okay, somebody comes in your in your space like that, they could headbutt you. So what you gonna do? What do? You headbutt them first, break their nose, right? In a situation of situation of self-defense. Okay, self-defense. All right, and this was spiritual self-defense, man, against a demon. All right, so come on, then I'm saying, it's like I was getting angry. I was saying the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai, and the demon just backed off, and I woke up. Looked around, just like I wasn't afraid or nothing, just blasé, very blasé, and just fell back asleep again. Chucked on another lesson and fell back asleep again. Brakti Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai, Kal Halalim Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai. Beautiful, man. All right. Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Okay, that's why you got a lot of these sellout camps out there. These fakes, they're there to catch all the unclean fish. All right, all the clean fish are going to go through their net. They're going to find ways to, maneuver, and maneuver their ways to get out of that net. They're not going to get caught. Okay, the unclean fish, okay, all the crabs, the lobsters, and all the damn catfish and all them nasty looking things, right? That serve a purpose, of course, but they're nasty, they're unclean. They're getting caught up in these the net of these other camps. Okay, it's just like Islam. Islam being the biggest so-called religion or whatever in this world. It's just Satanism. Satanism is the biggest religion in this world. That's what it simply is, disguised as Islam or Hinduism or whatever, or wacky tacky Christianity. Okay, the straight gate is narrow as a narrow path, and the elect are few compared to the majority of this world. All right, and the elect have the name, man. Pursuant to the book of Ecclesiasticus, the elect shall praise their name. All right, they ain't gonna be double-minded and call on Yahweh Bashem Yashai, right? And then, and then go and eat a pork sandwich, man. That would be very, very effed up. I'm just saying, that'd be nasty. They're not gonna do that and call upon the name, and buy a Christmas tree and go carol singing. They're not gonna do that shit. They're not gonna call upon the name and then go, let me take my cousins out. They want to go Halloween. Let me go knock on people's doors, and beg for candy. That bullshit. The elect ain't gonna do that. All right. And the Lord will just spew you out anyway, man. If you call upon the name, if you're that way inclined, man, evil. The same way these issues can't call upon the name because it is dreadful among the heathen. It applies to you damn demons too, you 2/3. It's dreadful among the heathen because at the moment, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yashai looks at you 2/3 and you unclean jakes as heathen too. All right? And the Lord has set up traps and snares and jinns to capture you, you 2/3 out there, you unclean jakes, whoever you are. All right? Hence the reason why you've gravitated towards unclean camps and follow unclean teachers. But the clean fish, the cod and the tuna and all that, I don't know too much about fish either. I just stick with what I know that's clean. I don't get too creative with it, like in terms of, let me try this fish, man. I just want to make sure what I know is clean, I eat, man. Tuna and cod, that's it. I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want to get too, diving too deep. But obviously, one should because there's a lot of clean fish out there. But you just want to be sure that you don't want to eat nothing unclean, man. Got to be very sure, man. All right. So all the clean fish is being caught by who? The elect. And the elect teachers are who? The men of Great Millstone. All right. And if you jakes out there are still like dipping a toe in other pools to see, what's the temperature there, I would suggest you stick in you stick in the pool that the pool of clean water, right? Which is which Yahweh Hashem has blessed is that water, which is how shall I say it? I'm trying to use the right analogy. Okay, you just basically just stick to the truth of Great Millstone, man. Don't jump around between camp to camp, especially if you're not a ninja with the scriptures and if you're not knowledgeable like apostles and elders, man. All right, but the rest is upon you, man. You know, Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. I was the Lord's Prayer, which is, I'm sure you brothers have come across. I believe it's Psalm 121 in the Lashawan Kodash, and Psalm 23, and also Matthew 6. Is it Matthew 6? Yeah, the Lord's Prayer. Abanoah Yahweh Bashem Yashai Shabbat Shemayim. You know, um, yeah, that's the Lord's Prayer, right? Um, there was a couple of jakes. Well, the icons or the thumbnails or whatever you call them, their pictures looked like so-called black or brown men. It could have been Edomites, but they called the Hebrew. This is not Hebrew. It's gobbledygook. Well, you're going to find out very soon. Okay, you're going to find out very soon what's gobbledygook and what's real. All right. You're calling the pure tongue gobbledygook. Well, that's because it's not for you. All right. Psalm 50:15 fits perfectly also. I was in trouble and I called upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yashai, because the Lord has a name, and the Lord delivered me. Psalm 50:15. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. Okay? In this case, how do we glorify the Lord? We called upon his name, and the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai, has been glorified because we use his name, and the Lord delivers us out of trouble. Right? And obviously this is going to be amplified as time progresses. All right? The Lord's going to show these miracles in front of everybody, man, very soon. All right? It's going to be shown who are the followers of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. All right? Whether they're on a grand scale, frontline prophets, like our apostles and teachers, or, other brothers out there that are scattered to the four corners of the earth that are learning, or, even, whoever the elect are, man, they're going to be shown. They're going to be known. All right? They're going to be known, man. Okay? I'm going to leave it there now. I think I've made the point how important the name is of Yahweh Bahashem Yashai. And the elect will call upon the name, man. All right? And the hopeful elect, whoever they are growing. Yeah, Jake has got those ailments too, but the Lord puts them there for a short while to keep you humble, and the Lord takes it away. And sometimes you feel vulnerable. Shit, man, I don't like going out like this with this little bit of a pain in my foot or my neck or whatever, because, Lord forbid I get into it. I need to defend myself because you feel feeble. But that's also increasing your faith in Yahweh Bashem Yashai as well. That, the Lord will protect me, And then once you're healthy again, that faith will still be there. And the Lord will, keep protecting you. It's just a building block. It's just a situation you've got to go through. All right? Just to keep you humble, man. All right? Father knows best. Yahweh Bashem Yashai knows best, man. Okay? Yeah, I think I've made the point. And the elect are growing strong spiritually, certain cases physically. And even if you're not growing strong physically, but you have improved, okay, and you're going through some few minor little hiccups here and there, it's going to be ironed out very soon. There's nothing to worry about. You just ask the Lord for more Amawanim, Kazakim, and Rapayim, Lord to, repair your body, man, repair you, heal you, man. Ask the Lord, tweak your diet a little bit as well, whatever you got to do. All right. But anyway, all praises, honor, glory, and blessings and power be unto Abanoah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashra Shalom.